What? I was expecting a reaction from people.
We had an intro. They're all watching the game. This is a tough time. Tough time. Our soft launch of our intro video.
It's a 20-point game. Turn it off and focus it on
you got a minute. Did we just start back up? I feel like we were so close to timing it perfectly with halftime. Yeah, but we just started. Just started the second half.
Oh man. Kelsey, hello.
Hello, how are you?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
I'm good, tired.
Oh, sure.
Barely, I think only one kid had a full school day today, and I'm tired for them. So excited for the fall schedule and kind of back to that routine. I feel like this is my new year.
Right.
Back to school. I'm sure I maybe feel similarly that like the end of summer is really the end of the year versus
basically. Yeah.
January
I'm feeling everything. I thought I had my energy pretty down after before the holiday weekend. Like made it through the first 2 weeks of classes. We're crushing this. And then the first day back after a holiday weekend is like 2:30 and I am ready to sleep under my desk. So
yep.
And we're rocking it tonight. It's all great.
Yeah, making it happen. We got games to get to though, so we will keep this short and sweet for all of you here today.
Yeah, we got Mac Attack in, we got Shuck, we got Mount Lucas College, and ATCJ. Welcome in. Let us know what you thought of the video. How is there not a single comment in the chat about our intro? Like,
we should have hyped it up. We should have been like, when we get to this many viewers, we were just too excited.
Our big reveal.
Too excited to have a video.
So we're titled this video, and I actually edited a thumbnail for once in my life.
I saw that. Yeah. We loved it.
We loved it. It really rushed me out the door this morning. Somehow getting into Microsoft Paint, putting an emoji on an already existing image was a struggle.
Microsoft Paint sponsor us.
Yeah, that maybe
it's a good cover. We both.
So I wanted to I didn't want to do playback. I wasn't going to have the energy. I wanted to do a show because I want to talk about what happened, what's going on with this MGLE set. And then all of a sudden, my workday wraps up and I get all this news about a whole other set that Top Shot is going to give us. So we got a lot to cover in our time. Let's start with the metallic gold set, the MGLE set for the W. Everyone, I think maybe we can just establish it as canon right now, is that the packs cost too much for this particular set. I'm not ready to go to the everything was over minted, though I get it with people thinking the RSVP didn't sell out, so obviously it's over minted.
Yeah, I don't know. Part of me is I don't like the whole WNBA doesn't have the same hype.
Yeah.
Why would, I don't know. That feels obvious to me. But yeah, I don't know if I have sort of actionable ideas for what that would mean. I guess mint count maybe, or price maybe, but
yeah.
But I struggle with this because I think it's I don't want to assume demand is not the same because it's a women's sport. And I like that they called it metallic gold LE. They gave it the same name.
Yep.
I like that they are kind of putting it on an even playing field to the other moments. And do we blame them for that? Or do we blame collectors for not valuing it the same? Where are we at? So
I blame collectors for calling this set dead before it was even released.
I struggle a little bit.
I feel like I've gotten out of my way. I've never defended an actual set on the internet before, but I feel like I've done that in multiple cases across different Discords and on Twitter. The set is amazing. And folks ready to call it dead the moment it was released, and prices dipped down to the 50s after something was released. That is a total market overreaction. And granted, there are challenges happening in this now, but hey, this thing's
Yeah.
alive. It bounced over the weekend. Like, this set is real.
I
Let's
will
see
say
what
though is
Ryan Howard fell
yeah,
for.
that
I'm
I
sorry.
was gonna say the Ryan moment
Boop.
is skewing this a little bit
Yep.
because the drop off from that moment to the rest of them
Yep. And
is
that one
pretty
has a
stark.
nice
But
trajectory as well. In just the time it's been out, the few hours it's been out. Yeah. What are you thinking? Do you think this set was? I can't say the set wasn't a mistake because the set was great.
no, and I love
The
these moments.
Yep.
I think that I don't know. I think this is sort of always what happens with W stuff. Like, I also am often surprised by which players get valued. I think in now it's kind of evened out that um, a lot of them sort of are falling in that $50 range.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I'm always surprised by how the market values these players. It doesn't always reflect who I think. I think like NBA players I expect to be expensive are expensive.
Mm-hmm.
Like I do think their pricing like reflects where they're at in the league. I don't
Yep.
think that's true of W moments, but I think it's funny. I almost like I feel like the W and their marketing should be looking at that. Like, who do we think is more talented than this, set of people who are at least a little bit like knowledgeable about women's
Mm-hmm.
basketball here, or at least from a collector standpoint. Like, who do they want to collect? Who do they know? What names are familiar? Where are they getting that information? What's informing those decisions? How are they pricing these things? Because it surprises me as someone who watches a lot of W. I'm curious what you think on that. Like, when you see these prices in the marketplace, I mean, aside from the fact that they generally are not comparable to the NBA moments, like, do they feel right? Do they feel
they don't feel right, but I don't think, just as someone who just watches a lot of NBA basketball as well, which you do too. Like, I don't think that necessarily NBA Top Shot moments are priced correctly based on players' goodness. I think we live in like this pricing ecosystem is God, that was a douchey thing to start out with. This pricing ecosystem. That was terrible. But just like the ecosystem we live in with just like these moments, it's an entirely just like hype generated. It is who we think players are versus like what their reality is. I mean, Zion Williamson remains like one of the highest like price moments in terms of debuts. I mean, like, right, in a lot of ways, it's rightfully so. Like, LeBron and Ja Morant are going to be some of the higher priced NBA players at the moment, but like a lot of other players, like the Tatums, the Jokic's, they don't get that same love based off what their performance is. And some of that happens at this set too. The lowest price moment of this set is Nneka Ogwumike, who's a Hall of Famer and who, I mean, has other rare moments on this site. But I don't think it's a reflection of who she is as a player. So let's just look like right now. Let's just go through like top 5. I'm not going to include Ryan Howard on this. We have Stewie, Sue Bird, Sylvia Fowles, Diana Taurasi, Asia Wilson.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That makes sense. It's
those are the names you're going to hear,
yeah,
especially this season.
Yeah, these are the names that are marketed. These are the names that you're going to hear. And that's where I think a lot of that pricing is at. What I was excited to see over the weekend is Chucky really did put his money where his mouth is and deserves to toot his horn about that. Just like went ape in the marketplace to get all those moments. And probably a good call to not bite the pack on that and go that route.
Right. The idea that like you didn't have to. And that this feels like reasonable.
Yeah. And then Mac Attack had the question prior to of like, would you rather have the rare stack of TSDs from these rookies? So would you rather have a rare of an MGLE of Shakira Austin, Alyssa Smith, Queen Egbo, or would you rather have their 4K rookies?
I think. See, I don't know, and I think this sort of depends on how people value these generally.
Mm-hmm.
And it's hard. I also go back and forth with the W moments because like this is like their series one, but it's not called series one.
Right.
And so in my mind, I'm like, I think it's like this series one equivalent rare. Like feels like it should be a bigger deal. And so I think in that way, because the marketplace is going to see series 4,
Mm-hmm.
I sort of lean Top Shot debut because Top Shot debut is like that feels consistent across the board. Everyone's
Mm-hmm.
Top Shot debut is a debut. Like that is
Yep.
true no matter what series they're rolled out, and they're going to have value for being a debut regardless. I think that the W rares are at a disadvantage because it says series 4 on them.
Yeah.
So that's kind of, but I think I like the rares better. So I think that's a bad answer because I didn't really give one. But I guess if I have to pick, I'm leaning Top Shot debut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't disagree. And it's hard to compare that to like the NBA set because that season 1 of like MGLEs, it was just like the same as the Top Shot debut. It's just marked as like a rare minted lower. Like it doesn't move the needle much for me for like wanting to like get in on series 1 kind of moments for the NBA stuff. But I love seriously, I love the plays in this set. I love the set.
They're so good.
I think the question here of like, what if they were minted to 250 instead? Then I wouldn't be able to buy more than one moment on this.
I know, it's
like,
right. The pros and cons. I do
right.
think they should have probably followed. I know they're like learning from the early series of NBA, but part of me feels like series 1 MGLE for NBA was out of 299. Like do the same thing. Like if series 4 truly is series 1 equivalent for the W, like make the min counts match. But I see this point that like the pack prices were too expensive. But again, like I don't know, they're setting a price for a tier, and it feels weird to me to value the women's moments lower. But I guess if the market's going to as well, then it's to sort of correct for that.
That's like a gross level of economics that I don't love.
I don't love the vibes of econ.
Bad vibes. Like if we're gonna get like a deep into the marketplace here, like we need to discuss vibes. Because God, honestly, vibes dictate the marketplace, and for better or worse. So then we get then we talk about like lower. Let's give us a lower mint count. Let's give us lower pack prices. And then all of a sudden that happens with the recognized game set that we're getting. And
I think this is a good point that like it's easy to say no to the pack.
Yeah.
They have to make it feel, I think with W moments, it almost has to feel like a deal for a handful of extra people to get in line.
Yeah.
I don't mind that they're not like selling out right away, and I feel pretty good. Like this game recognized game one, I don't feel too nervous about getting a pack. Like it feels like if I want one, I can get one, which is kind of a nice change of pace for Top Shot. Weird they're rolling this out right now.
Yep. The whole last month timing has been weird. It's weird that we have the chasing the trophy. It's
feel like
weird
they
that
forgot how the WNBA season works. Like it genuinely feels like they thought like games go to 7 games, and that like, you know what I mean, that it was a longer season, and that it lasted through to the NBA start, and that they had, I feel like they thought they had more time, but how can you not? I don't know. I don't have a good explanation.
There's no good explanation. This is realizing you have 3 assignments due at the end of the semester, and them all in at the last day.
The timing of Subird specifically is like, oh yeah, if Seattle loses tonight, this is her last game.
Yeah.
And so like the thought of if you want to build momentum to do it before she's no longer actively playing feels smart. If she were to lose tonight and then it's rolled out like tomorrow, that feels a little weird. Like, oh, she just lost, but here's her saying how good everyone else is at basketball.
Weird vibes again,
right?
vibes.
Like I wonder if they thought they had like another week. I don't know. This to me, today's timing specifically feels like, oh, this is an elimination game.
Mm-hmm.
We should do this now.
Yep. I love Kelsey's conspiracy theory hat, and I feel weird that I'm agreeing with it this time because I'm completely on board. That's the timing. You have people just completed a Ryan Howard MGLE set, and you find out in a video posted on Twitter that we're getting another rare Ryan Howard set, or a rare Ryan Howard moment. I wouldn't feel totally like take a night to sleep on it, like wake up in the next morning and realize the Ryan Howard you just got is a challenge reward. And I think it's going to be
challenge rewards, like the W challenge rewards are holding the ones that you have to invest in like that are holding a pretty high value. So I don't think that the new rare Ryan undermines this other one, but still kind of.
And yes, these
from
are
a challenge
be,
perspective, it does kind of suck.
Yeah, these are going to be rare moments. And timeline, the roadmap seemed really good in May. And then 2 months went by and we didn't have a rare set, and
nothing.
We all got very confused, and then we get like 2 in a week, and woo, timing is a lot. It's something else. But let's talk about this for our game recognized game. $74. We're getting $3.99 mint count. We get our drop scores. As you said, I don't know that that's going to matter much because I don't know what demand is going to be for kind of back-to-back rare packs, except for the most diehard kind of WNBA collector.
How do people feel about this price point? The chat in the chat. What do we think? Curious like who's lining up.
I'm still gonna line up.
I mean, I always do.
Yeah.
I always do.
I don't know where I'm gonna get the dapper from, but I'm lining up for it.
I really think I need to sell my NBA. I need to pick a lane and sell off my NBA moments.
I'm just gonna start masses
just only offers. W only.
Yep.
I mean, and I think too, like I don't know, I think it's fun. Sue's great. It adds an extra layer of how iconic it is because she is retiring. It feels like sort of an early bird announcement on. I really threw that in there. I don't know if I even have the rest of the sentence for it. But sort of like an early view of Sue Bird, kind of doing this as a career. We think she's maybe going to announce at some point. We've seen glimmers of it already, but and to this point, I just looked at a Janie replied tweet. Mike pointed one out right before we started streaming. But Janie had replied to Mike's question. John Jackson had tweeted like WNBA collectors repeatedly taking it on the chin in S4. And then Janie had replied, we need to take action quicker. We learned this lesson with NBA. And then Mike had asked, assuming you knew before this drop, you need to take action quicker. Why not do that? Like if you have learned this lesson from NBA, why are we not implementing the lessons learned now? And her reply to that was, I put this on me and should have done more oversight on the W roadmap. I don't particularly know why we did 2 rares back to back when we know that our primary time is towards the beginning of the season and not the end. We'll have a postmortem. It comes down to me. My concern with that, like, I guess I appreciate her taking the heat. I mean, like, it's me, it's on me. I think like I part of me doesn't think it's on her. Like if it's oversight on a W roadmap, like somebody else made that W roadmap, I'm sure not alone. Like this could have been flagged before Janie. And honestly, like part of me feels like she doesn't have to have oversight over every piece of this platform. Like there's no way one person can do all of that. And so it's either hire better people or like have accountability measures in place that work. And like I don't know, part of defending Janie a little bit, but part of me is like, why do we always like stop giving them a scapegoat? Like they've picked the scapegoat
Mm-hmm.
and now she can be like, no, it's on me, I'll do better. And it's like, well,
That's
what if we do replace Janie and they're still not doing better? Like it's this idea that like you're holding one person accountable when it's it's like the whole problem with a lot of things that like
it's out of the apology manual. Every
yes, and
apology from
we
this
blame
from oh my
we blame
gosh.
individual actors when it's institutions. We do this with everything. And so like maybe we stop just blaming Janie and we blame Top Shot. Like we can get mad at Top Shot as a whole if we need. Like I think it's okay.
Yeah, but Top Shot's not going to reply to our tweets. Like,
Yeah.
I think that's why
Right.
people are doing it. It's like the Economist said, I have to do better. Everyone at the organization has like
They're
some
just
tweet
taking
on their
turns.
TL. That's just like, I have to do better. This isn't helpful.
I
And
also like do better.
I mean, we are
She's got to get
humans
stronger.
existing in the world. We all have like a lot of dip in our chip. And she absolutely does have a whole bunch of dip
You got to buy
and
the
guac
scoop
and
so they
sour
don't
cream.
crack.
You're right, and
Tostitos
chives
sponsor
and
us.
why can't I think of the other salsa? Like the little like chopped up salsa, thick and chunky. We'll just call it that.
Oh, I was.
She's got a lot of layers on that chip. And so I am very appreciative of the work that she does, of the Economist and what everyone does there. But
Yeah,
I think apologies, like we have to do better. Like don't give us a fuller picture of what's going on. And then when we hear kind of the same apology, I start to sort of like expect the same results. Like we're going to be here.
I also think this is
the Top Shot apologies sponsored by Tostitos. Yes.
this feels like
Mhm.
it could be true that
Yeah.
if everyone keeps complaining that the W packs are mispriced, that people who bought a W pack may get a Dapper kickback. It makes me feel like a child.
Yeah.
Of like you complained enough and
Mhm.
somebody caved.
Mhm.
And I go back and forth on this too, because of course I want the Dapper.
Right.
But I'm also like, I made a choice and I'm an adult, and that's like I made a financial decision.
Yep.
And now the community is learning if you complain enough, you get your way.
And that's all the community does.
And then you're
All the
never
community
gonna
does.
and even if they like it, if there's something they can kind of nitpick, it just I don't know.
Yeah.
Part of me wishes Dapper would sometimes just be like, yeah, whatever. It is what it is. This is the product, buy it or don't. Like,
Right. I am like, I don't know like what other company is like doing that I'm lining up for every day. Like Target isn't going to stop me and say like, you have made so many poor.
Are you sure this is priced at the right value? If you say
Right.
no, like like what other product? I mean, I guess you can negotiate a lot more things than I thought you could. I do think prices generally are negotiable on like more
Is
stuff.
this the wedding thing that you learned?
No, but I should have negotiated more wedding prices.
Oh, yeah.
No, I'm thinking of like call it like you could call cable companies and be like, I don't want to pay more money. And a lot of times they're like, okay, fine. Like,
we had a fun talk with Verizon about that.
yeah, we've been a customer for a long time, and I feel like we haven't been customers with Dapper for a long time. It's a pretty new
right now. I tried this, and that's why my teaching career never got out of beta. There, so
yeah.
I hope you have better luck with that.
But imagine if the kids got paid for complaining about their teachers.
Oh man, I would have had so much cash back on like my dining card based on like teacher evals if we did that. Like that would have been amazing. Yeah. Look at someone who's like looking ahead and taking responsibility for their actions.
I like that. I think too, this is a good point of like if this is going to continue to be true for W until either Top Shot or the marketplace or whatever changes it or implements things that could affect change there. This is, utilize what you know. Like we also have this information. So there are sort of patterns to this stuff. But we're all still here and still talking about it and still spending money. So
I still enjoy it. Like I am not far removed from pulling the moment that I wanted out of a pack and just having that rush last week. It was great. If it was any other moment, I don't know that it would have been as worth it.
Oh, that was fun.
Yeah. How
That
are you
was
feeling
fun.
about your Kelsey Mitchell a week after?
You could have asked me what I pulled and I wouldn't have remembered. So that's I think that's I
That's
think how
how
I
you
feel.
feel.
I'm happy to have it, but I'm not like actively thinking about it or excited about it, which is honestly probably the right place to be with most of my moments. That like
Mhm.
I think if I'm thinking about it too much, it means I am considering listing it, and that's a stressful time for me.
Yeah.
Um, hey, Connecticut,
Dang.
here we go.
I would never have guessed that um, this evening. I for sure thought we were getting a Chicago beatdown.
There were some early spicy calls, and keeping my conspiracy hat on, coming off of the Tim Donaghy doc that Mike and I watched the other night, and like a technical for Wade. Like, I'm like, are they pulling from the maybe NBA playbook and having the
Oh,
refs engineer a 5-game series because it helps to grow the league?
oh,
Maybe.
I don't think you're
Like
doing that with the Connecticut team.
we're early. We're early in the W. Like maybe we should be manipulating games a little bit. That's my hot take of the day.
Oh. All right. So it looks like we're gonna get a series deciding game 5 in this one. We're getting another game 4 tonight
Yeah.
with Storm and the Aces. Um, Kelsey, you were traveling on Sunday and you couldn't
I
watch the
was.
game.
But
What?
I saw the clips.
Yeah. What's like what is your takeaway? Like watching the clips, just absorbing what this game had to offer. What's your takeaway? What do you think it means for tonight?
I think my takeaway is that the people you think are clutch players are clutch players. I think my takeaway is that this series should be 7 games. Other takeaways, I hope tonight's an elimination game, so I think you
Yep.
take the standard of play from the other night and you add even higher stakes, and it's a recipe for an awesome game.
Mhm.
Um, we have Sue Bird's potential last time on the court on the line. I feel like we just watched Serena's iconic performance, and like the most viewers I think ever for like a tennis match tuned in to watch her lose
Mhm.
effectively, just to
Mhm.
see her kind of play for the last time. So I do wonder if we'll have some fun with viewership numbers for this one, and
Yeah.
Sue puts on a show. I think,
I would absolutely love to see that.
yeah,
I thought as I'm driving home from work today, I knew I wasn't going to be able to watch um, Sky and Sun, but I already had in my head of like, what is Connecticut going to do to blow up this team like over the offseason? Like I already had in my head that they were losing, and I had in my head
yeah.
on the way back too of like, what is Seattle going to do when Stewie leaves after this game? And
I feel like that's the take you are most certain of.
I am
You're like, Stewie's
so
out.
I think Stewie's gone, and I have been wrong so many times that you shouldn't trust me. But I feel just deep in my bones that I don't like. I think Stewie is in Seafoam next season, and having all those thoughts, Connecticut is now leading the game by like over 20, and like that probably means Storm are going to win by 40 tonight.
Oh my god. I
Yeah.
just think the Storm's gonna. Oh no, you know what I was actually thinking? I thought my brain heard a different thing. I feel like the Sky's gonna come back next game and just
Oh yeah,
run all over them.
in game 5, I
This
absolutely
should
think
make
so.
me feel better about Connecticut's chances. It absolutely does not. I think we're
Yeah.
gonna get Candace Parker revenge tour for game 5, and that's like Sloot's gonna come to life a little bit more.
Mhm.
Yeah. But yeah, I think I mean, I think we get a game 5. So
Mhm.
I do think the Storm take this one. Um,
I can't. What an amazing day of basketball that's going to be if we have 2 game 5s.
yeah.
Series deciding,
Do we have
go to the
Hamby
final.
back yet?
Hamby's not on the injury report. Last game, Hamby played like 3 minutes and got a
Okay.
rebound.
I thought for
Um,
last game it was like if she has to play, she will. I wonder
yeah,
if tonight's a similar situation or if we might see more
might
of her.
be.
That to me is the difference maker. Like if Hamby's back, and I mean I think she needs to be at full strength to really make a difference. But I can just see getting to a game 5 I mean, the Aces seem to be a very resilient team, so hopefully the bench issue is not as stark. But I just feel like Kia Stokes is getting eaten alive.
Eaten alive. She wasn't even on the court in the last minute. Do you know who their Rakana Williams was their for the last minute of the game? And I mean, she hit threes like all over the fourth quarter, but that's a wild coaching adjustment from Becky. Like that's, I mean, pardon the phrase when talking about women's sports, but that's a ballsy move. Like to put just like a hot hand in and give up all that size and still have it work out.
And you're like, if it's not, the point trade-off there.
Yeah.
Where like if both of them are defensive liabilities, then I'm going to put in the one who scores more points and whose points are who shoots from three. So like if they make a point from three, you're getting more points than if they make a point from two.
Exactly. Love the math.
Easy math.
Yeah, that's great. So this game, I assume, is going to get underway shortly, even though
any minute
there is still.
Yes, we love the scheduling.
Yeah,
WNBA and NBA Top Shot really peas in a pod here with their roadmaps and their timings and
like maybe
I guess we can only expect so much.
Is running WNBA
did
Top
Kathy
Shot
write the roadmap? Is Kathy like, this will be fun? Let's
all right,
do
Kelsey.
back to back.
Before we adjourn, I didn't tell this to you ahead of time, but I came up with a game over the weekend, and this is a game that involves putting you on the spot.
Excellent.
And it gives you a chance to win one of my moments. Not of your choice. You get a base set series 4 that I have a duplicate
that's fine. I just don't think I'm going to be good at this game.
The premise of the game is I'm going to show you a tweet either by a main ESPN account like SportsCenter ESPN or a men's NBA player. So right now I have a tweet up by John Morant who's talking about the WNBA. And I want you to guess how many tweets in the replies I'm going to scroll to before we get to like a garbage WNBA take.
So is it like closest without going over it? Like what are the
I'm going to say if you can nail it on the head, you get one of my moments. Yeah.
Okay.
How many tweets are we going to scroll past in the responses before we get to a garbage take?
I think it's like the second one. Like you scroll past tweet? One and it's like the second reply.
All right.
I wonder if this is algorithm specific.
I think this might be algorithm specific.
So this also says something about your algorithm.
We don't know that for sure. Let's wait.
We're gonna find out. I'm gonna go find the tweet.
Okay, this is the tweet. John Morant giving love to Asia Wilson.
John Morant, great Twitter follow, by the way.
Great Twitter follow.
Great.
So let's scroll through here. We have 259 retweets, over 2,000 likes. So let's see response. She plays 45 minutes. Built for this. These are good.
Okay.
No, sir, the real GOAT on the road to repeat. We'll see y'all in the finals. Okay. Sorry, man. It's going to be Chicago. Okay, we're already at 1, 2.
I already
3.
lost, but this is excellent. See, okay, third reply.
North Carolina love. Yeah,
guys.
Oh, calling out Sue Bird. Okay, see ball in Carolina. Oh,
listen. See, this is great.
This is the closest we're gonna get. Is a call out for Curry. There's not. Okay, there we go. Dr. Peter Jennings, MVP.
Okay, here we go.
Your degree should be revoked. That's a garbage take.
WNBA is not a sport. That's what we were waiting for, and it was way further down. Than I would have expected. And I will say my replies list is the same.
It's the same. Okay.
Yes. So
I always
either our algorithms are so similar that we get the same order.
Honest to God, they might be.
Or wait, I have a different one prior to that. I have a couple more, I think.
Okay.
There's one bro tweeting like he actually cares. Was before that, I think.
Okay.
But either way, it was not.
Yeah, it's not too bad. Not too bad out there.
No.
So welcome to
this is a fun game.
Is this a garbage Twitter take? There are no shortage of tweets on this. Do you want to save some for next week, or I can get another one queued up if we want to try it?
Yeah, Whatever you got. This is
let's
fun.
bring up LeBron James.
Ooh, that's a
LeBron,
spicy one because I
who
feel like this will also be interesting based on the
oh man,
I feel like
LeBron
it like
tweets
a
a lot.
little bit, yeah, and based on the followers that they have. Like,
Yep. Okay. All right. So LeBron tweeted Becky Hammond, spelling error, but we'll allow it.
oh no, LeBron tweeted the spelling error.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
then
gonna.
that's already
It's already garbage. But
that's
in
bad.
fairness, if you he says Twitter for iPhone,
She
if you tweet
coached.
Becky Hammond on your iPhone, it's going to try to add the D at
She
the end
was
every
in
time.
an NBA assistant coach.
No,
She
I'm
was
trying to
in
defend
his
LeBron.
league. The
Okay.
disrespect.
You already like the tweet is garbage. I don't even
Yeah,
care about the replies. All right.
zero.
I like this.
It happened zero. It's the tweet
Okay.
itself. Is there one for the tweet itself is garbage? If you give me a name and I can tell you if it's the tweet or the reply.
That is too easy.
Becky
Kelsey,
Hammond.
right. Becky Hammond, late game ATOs is on FKN points today. Wow, wow, wow. Caps lock. How many tweets until we get to garbage?
I can't decide if I just lean into the same guess as before,
Milo?
or if I use the new information. Shout out Milo, who I got to meet in real life.
No,
Made me
I'm
take
jealous.
the grossest shot of my life. I didn't even take the whole thing. I had a sip of it.
Milo, next time I'm in Chicago, I will take a gross shot with you.
You have
We'll
to.
make it happen.
It is both a Milo tradition now and a Chicago tradition. So.
Based on my times in Chicago, that is a real tradition.
Let's see. I guess I'm gonna say on the fifth tweet.
On the fifth tweet.
The fifth tweet is garbage.
Fifth tweet is garbage. We need like some weight music for this.
Yeah.
All right. So here we have Becky Hammond, WNBA fans only, corrected.
I should have anticipated that the first would be a correction. That I should have guessed that. Okay.
All right. A breakdown of the play.
Yep.
Someone quote tweeting their own merch.
Great.
What a move. Sports Grid Radio showing the play.
And
you are doing good. No.
Well, that was 5.
This is nonsense. Tweet and support someone dropping their SoundCloud.
That should be the next part of this game. When do we see a SoundCloud, and when do we see?
And every single NBA team that's taken a look decided not to give her a job. Ooh, I like that take. Complaining about the defense. I like that take too. Because Ezzy, what are you doing? You're tall.
Yeah,
you
if it is a genuine criticism, that's not a garbage. It truly is the tweet that said WNBA is not a sport, or like who cares?
Right.
Those are the tweets we're looking for.
I'm not seeing this tweet.
And this is really just
the Aces are more exciting now than my Lakers.
Respecting her name.
That tweet. Let's throw a like on that guy. Okay.
Yeah, this is
bro, I know you saw that travel. I love that. Asia totally traveled before.
Oh yeah. This is what I'm saying about the refs.
Calling out WNBA flight plans. Oh my gosh.
We so many.
She's better.
Wow, this is giving me so much hope for the W.
Oh my gosh.
It also may be Twitter's algorithm getting better for us because it knows I don't want to see it.
It has to be my algorithm. That's it. I'm not even seeing a garbage take on here. Come on.
Becky Hammond, the great unifier.
There you go. Becky in 2024, y'all.
Wow. I love that.
Love that.
Who would have
I'm
thought
sorry
that
you didn't
after
get one of
the
my
first
moments.
time playing that game, we would need a answer that's we're not going to see one in X amount of time.
Oh, wow. Okay, we're gonna have to bring in like the sports center tweets because that stuff is a wasteland.
One of these days I'm gonna guess like 212 just to make you count.
Welcome to our 2-hour and 25-minute episode of Watch Her Work. 45 minutes of which
where
Kevin
we count.
Counts. Yeah.
Although I guess if we found one before that, you'd be able to stop. So
we'd probably be good, right?
Right.
I'm excited to stay up to the literal point of my bedtime and watch some Aces and Storm.
Yeah, this is where I really wish I lived in a different time zone because a 10 p.m. start is tough.
Yeah. What happened to East Coast bias? That's too bad.
No, what Mike and I have strong opinions on living like other time zones for games being way better. We're like, we could watch a 4 p.m. baseball game on the West Coast. Sign me up. Like, absolutely.
What 100% go for that. Those like TNT games where like the like first game starts at like 6 p.m. It's amazing for this household. We love it.
Yeah.
Central time zone.
I will say for like F1 races, it's nice to be on the East Coast, but but even like soccer's early for us. Like there's some other sporting events that.
Listen, I can deal with like a 7 a.m. English Premier League game.
Mike loves it. He's like all about morning sports these days.
We love our like late 30s guys in their early like morning sports.
Get your morning round of sports in.
Right.
Coffee and a
Kelsey,
game.
do you have anything else you want to cover?
No, I think Milo trying to get us to Chicago. It'll be on the pros list. Yeah, I think curious how this pack goes, this game recognized game. Excited to hear Sue's takes on these moments, so I at least have that to look forward to. If you don't, I think, where was it? Yeah, you can buy them off the secondary if that's what you want to do. I'm going to be lining up. They can have my money. It's already been decided. But yeah, let us know your thoughts, and if you see any good sort of tweets or replies from some of this W Talk today, send it our way. Let us see some of that on Twitter. I'm always curious if we're seeing everything everyone else is seeing. I feel like my feed's more W than Top Shot these days, so gotta fix that up.
Do you though?
But yeah,
sounds like a pretty good feed.
I'll just make the watcher work one more at W. More Top Shot. We gotta check in. But yeah, let us know what you guys are thinking and if you're lining up. And we're gonna get out of here now so we can all go watch some basketball.
That's right. Have a great night.
You too.
If you missed our intro video, scroll all the way back to the beginning. We are official now. Official in the Team Hold universe. And yeah, we'll see you next week. We'll have packs to rip. Yeah.
See ya.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.